Welcome back to another edition of the OHIO podcast. I'm your boy Buckeye Boggs, aka Eric Boggs, and we're back with another episode of What's Buggin' Boggsy. Quite frankly, the last couple weeks, there's been one man, and his response to what you would call loyalty and commitment and being a Buckeye. That's what's bugging me. His response to those things. So let's dive right into it. Of course, you all know I'm probably talking about former ex running back coach Tony Alford, who decided to Benedict Arnold his 9-year stint at Ohio State and head to the rival up north, Ann Arbor. It's not so much that he left that bugs me. It's not. Coaches leave all the time. A lot of coaches come to Ohio State to build up their career, to coach some of the best athletes in the country so that they can then trampoline into a better situation for themselves and their family financially someplace else. They leave Ohio State for an OC job if they're a position coach, or they leave Ohio State as an OC for a head coaching position if they were an OC or a DC coordinator. In Tony Alford's situation, however, he bolts after spending 9 years in the same position, not getting the raise, not getting the opportunity to climb the ladder at Ohio State, some might say. And there's reasons for that, and this is not the video that we're going to get into all of those reasons, but he's had plenty of opportunities in the past to leave. I know that he's been offered a position in several Southern schools, probably for more or same amount of money. And a lot of coaches will do that. Their agents will go out, they'll talk to other schools, other athletic directors, other head coaches. And then that coach will then go in and talk to Ryan Day or Gene Smith when he was the athletic director and say, hey, I've been offered the same position in such and such university for this much money, and he'll give Ohio State, or they will give Ohio State, the opportunity to match that offer or beat it in some cases. For the most part, it's my understanding that in the past 9 years, that's what's happened for Tony Alford. When he's had those opportunities to leave, Ohio State has been a good steward to him, a respect to him, and has either matched or beat the offer that has been given to him. Until recently, it appears that his contract extension after the past couple years under Ryan Day was less money than what he had been making before, but still a lot more than what you and I more than likely are making who are watching this video. He has lived the last 9 years in Dublin, Ohio, just northwest of campus. Dublin, Ohio, of course, famously for a lot of you who are watching this, the former home, and I believe still home of Urban Meyer. I believe he still owns a home there. It's also the location of Urban's Pint House, where his restaurant is, and of course Jack's Muirfield, the Memorial Tournament is there in Dublin. So it's a nice place, shall we say? Very nice. And he has raised his children there. They've gone to Dublin schools, and he's benefited from that as well. And he makes note of that in his exit letter and thank you letter to Buckeye Nation. But this week, things got interesting. So let's start here, shall we? This was the thank you letter that Tony Alford posted online to Buckeye Nation. And I'm not going to go in and read all of this. We've dissected this in a former video. You can go back and watch that if you like. We'll connect to that here at the end of this video if you want to watch that. But this was what was submitted to Buckeye Nation after news broke that he had left Ohio State for their rival in that team up north for the same position. And Buckeye Nation immediately saw through this. You know, it's one thing to say, hey, I'm leaving and going to Alabama, or I'm leaving and going to Georgia, or I'm leaving and going to Florida, or Arizona even, or California, where it's a little bit sunnier and warmer than it is in Columbus, Ohio. We get it. We understand. But to leave and go to your rival, the very team that you have been coaching against and preaching about how that you can't lose against them and that's where you're going to go, seems so disingenuous. And then this week, after he obviously felt the heat from Buckeye Nation, posted this, a video of Illinois' basketball coach. And this is the quote: if they hate you when you leave, you did a good job. Brad Underwood gives an honest look into the conditional love that comes from fan bases and the confusing effects it can leave on your family. Interesting, bud. Very interesting. I have yet, and maybe this has happened because there's idiots in every fan base, and there's idiots in the Ohio State fan base as well, who've maybe said some derogatory things to your family, and that's no good, and that should have never happened. But to post this on social media, like the virtue signaling you're doing here, the victimhood, it is no wonder that you went to that team up north. You fit right in, buddy. You're playing the victim so well already. It didn't take you long to just adopt their theory and their culture when you're talking about being the victim 7 days after taking the job. Beautiful, my man. Beautiful. You two deserve each other. There's no doubt about that. Here are some great responses to your tweet, mind you, directed towards this fan base, the fan base that I'm a part of, the fan base that I love, Buckeye Nation. And some of these responses are absolutely fantastic, and some of them are by some pretty famous former Buckeyes and fans. And let's dive into it. Buckeye Fett. It's not about you leaving. It's about where you chose instead. Hope this helped. JR's rankings, of course, you know JR. That's JR in the know from the Ohio podcast, the OHIO podcast, and from the Buckeye Huddle. Benedict Arnold. No one would be upset if you left for USC or Ole Miss. It's where you went. Sports would be nowhere without their fans, and one of the reasons Ohio State is great is because of our passionate fans. Oh boy, Cleveland Mike, former Buckeye. Imagine preaching about the rivalry for 9 years, then act like it's a different reason folks feel the way they did about you. Would you like to explain how you mismanaged the best running back in TTUN game 2 years in a row, which led to him transferring? Ouch. J-Book. J-Book, famously of Bucknuts. It's not that you left. It's that of all places you went to the opposition. Absolutely true. Absolutely true. There is no doubt that every one of those comments from these individuals is 100% accurate in how I feel. Let's look at some more of them, shall we? Here we go. Starting with Ohio State forever. Leaving is one thing. Leaving for TTUN, our most hated rival, is a completely different story. You turned your back on the players, coaches, fans, and the program as a whole. From Bucknut, oh, nah, you dipped during spring when you had plenty of opportunities earlier. Benedict Arnold. Zona Buckeye, aw, someone is hurt. Remember, you were the snake. Jason Garrison, we hate you because of where you went, not because you left. Most of us are happy you left. Z Rich 11, you left the best running back room in the country for your rival. After spring practices began, your situation is not the same as what's being described. Sorry, Tony. And I think that last tweet sums it up for me perfectly. You're trying to play the victim. Like you leaving and then the response that you got from this fan base is somehow making you the victim. No, the victim are the guys that you turned your back on. Those players that you recruited, those players whose parents that you told you were going to look after their sons while they were in Columbus, Ohio. You were going to prepare them for the next level and get them to the NFL. That's who's the victim here, my man. Not you. No, not you. Not you. And that's what has me bugged this week. Like, share, subscribe. We appreciate all of you for watching this short little video. Let me know what you think in the comments section below. I know a lot of you from that whore known as Ann Arbor will love to watch this video and make fun of it and put comments in the comment section. I want each and every single one of you to know I appreciate your coin very much. You keep hating on the video and keep watching it and keep commenting because it shoots it out through the YouTube algorithm to others who just might like it and might agree with me who wouldn't have got to watch it otherwise. So I appreciate that very much. And if you haven't already, make sure to check out our live shows. We go live every Sunday night, 8 o'clock Eastern. We do a call-in show Friday nights, 8 o'clock Eastern, right here on the OHIO podcast on YouTube. Till next time, OH.